Alright, okay. I'm gonna unpause on well, I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, go. We'll unpause on go, so when I say go...
But I don't even start to remotely think until 8, technically. Because you carry the 1. 8. Because we go on 3, then there's 5-second delay, 8 seconds. I don't even start to, figure out 1 from, 2 until 8. I got you.
I need you to unpause, though, when I say go.
Yeah, right? 8. Got it.
Okay. Whatever. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. 12, well, no, hold on. 13, 14, 15. Are you synced up? 18, 19.
I'm waiting
20.
5 seconds.
Well, we're getting ready to introduce, but I mean, we can start at 45, doesn't matter. Are you ready? I just want to make sure we're synced up. 27, 28,
28, 29.
Okay, good. Alright, cool. Silence for a second. Hello and welcome to another Warcraft III audio commentary. Today we're going to be watching a best of 3 series from the Raytheon Cup. I believe I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but hey, feel free to let me know how to pronounce that technically for Chinese. Anyway, so today we're going to be joined by my wonderful co-caster, Bidou. Hello. Hi.
Hey, man. Hey.
This is going to be the first game in the series. If you're watching this on YouTube.com, you can always watch these live, or at least the cast will be live. The games are cast from replay over at twitch.tv/PureB at 9 p.m. EST. And of course, those games will always go up onto the YouTube channel the next day-ish. So let's go ahead and introduce our players. We do have Thu spawning in as the purple human. He is going to be spawning in on the lower left part of the map. This is Twisted Meadows. And we're going to have WFZ spawning in as the blue undead in the upper right part of the map. And that's pretty much it for the early game introductions of the players. I don't really know much about this cup. This Chinese cup is a tournament or cup or something.
I think you're pronouncing it wrong, but
I'm pretty sure I am pronouncing it wrong. I literally took the characters, put them into Google Translate, and it said Raytheon. So,
wow, you're that guy. You take a Google translated Chinese word and then you pronounce it, and that's
like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not correct. But I mean, it's at least it's something I can say out loud. I can at least give some attribution to the cup. It's not
nice.
WEL or anything like that. It's a Raytheon or whatever.
Anyway, jumping into the game, I mean, we do have Thu creeping in his Goblin Laboratory, and WFC is going to be scouting this location second. So he's going to see that Thu is over on this side of the map, going to throw his Death Knight all the way over here, trying to later pick off some peasants. I don't think he's going to be able to, though.
Probably not. That was a very fast creep by Thu. And actually, something you'll generally notice is undead players usually scout to the left on this map. Well, not to the left. From his spawn. Generally, you're trying to scout the close lab first. Although there are players who will do the exact opposite if they do a slightly different build. But if you're going with this Ted Fiends build, generally you just scout for the lab, the closest lab first of all, and that'll always get you pretty good timing. You'll be running across the map. You'll be in the middle of the map once you scout the second spawn, so you can always run straight down if it turns out they are in the close spawn on the opposite side. It works out pretty well. And it looks like you might actually be able to pick up a skeleton peasant here, or a peasant right here, just with a coil, because there isn't an arcane tower up just yet, so he's going to be able to keep on killing some stuff. That will be one peasant going down. Of course, one skeleton goes down as well for Thu, who's currently at level 2 on that archmage, and another peasant actually going to go down as well in the peasant line.
Yeah, WFC actually trading pretty well here. 2 peasants right off the bat. It's pretty nice considering we didn't even think he was going to take any, but he used 4 peasants to quick build that farm at the Goblin Laboratory, so gave WFC that opportunity to take down some more peasants. So nice by WFC, not completely wasting his time.
And also he actually was able to deny his second skeleton there, so the Archmage only was able to pick up 12 experience instead of the full 24 for those 2 skeletons at the start, which is always really powerful. And we're actually going to see Thu going straight on for this, probably an expansion creep right here at this gold mine.
Yeah, it is going to be an expansion, definitely. And I really like Thu's spawning on this map. The fact that it is cross-spawn, it's going to be really hard for WFZ, 1, to cancel this expansion, or 2, to even harass, because he's going to be forced to go onto the other side of the map, you know? So, I do like this positioning from Thu.
And this creep jack could go really well right now for WFZ, or really poorly if he actually gets surrounded like that. No, he's going to be able to get right on out of that. But he did take quite a bit more damage than he probably wanted to right there. Mainly because he was sitting there trying to get some snipes, and he could have really used not losing half of his life without doing anything. Basically he's got these 3 footmen chasing him right now. and he wants to come in here and he wants to be sniping these peasants, and he wants to be sniping creeps with coil, and he's out of skeleton rod charges, but he does have 2 right now still up, as well as 1 last skeleton that's about to go down. He will steal the little troll guy, the level 3 troll creep, and he does have a crypt fiend now in here as well. He does have backpack research. Gonna pass that skeleton rod on over to the Death Knight, and he's gonna go ahead and try to get some more skeletons up.
Wow, this is an amazing harassment by WFC. He's already, I mean, Thu lost 2 peasants to creeps, and then WFC took down 3. Obviously, his Death Knight is that level 2 from that last peasant kill there, and Thu hasn't even started his expansion yet. He's been so flustered with trying to take down the creep and losing so many of the militia that he's actually just starting it now, but he only has he has 5 militia there, 5 peasants at his expansion, but he's lost so many.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a really good boost for WFC, despite the fact that he actually took so much damage on his Death Knight early on, and it's always a little bit of a scary thing to get your Death Knight this low versus those human expansions. It's not terrible when you do have level 2 because you do have the Unholy Aura and you start to regenerate life fairly quickly, as you can see from his life, but it's not really in a situation you ever really want to be in. But of course, another thing that was really powerful right now was getting the backpack upgrade and bringing in those Rod of Necromancy over with the Fiend, which allowed him to use 1 more charge. He actually has a second charge, or second pair of skeletons coming down here. There's a footman that, Thu of course being a very good player, he knew that was kind of WFC's style to always go ahead and kill something, bring some more skeletons out here, and if there wasn't that footman there, they would easily be able to take out at least 1 more peasant, maybe even 2. So that's really good play right now from both players, and both players really kind of abusing the knowledge of each other a little bit, which is good. Good to see.
Yeah, but right now, WFC not going for a quick tier 3, putting down that slaughterhouse. His Lich actually just popped, and he's making an additional Fiend too, so he's going to have a lot of damage output coming in at this expansion that only has an Arcane Tower. So Thu's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to have to play smart, really, and I don't know if he's going to go for a counterattack, just chilling outside the shop here, because he does have a level 3 Archmage. He can do a lot of damage. I think he's going to have to opt to go back to his expansion and try to hold it.
Yeah, and he bought a Staff of Teleportation just to staff on over and use that as his way to get back here and defend it. And he's left some of these footmen on this part of the map, but I don't think that was necessarily an intention of his. He just wanted to staff over quickly and then bring those guys and just walk them back, because basically he's been able to hold that just fine with that Archmage. It is level 3, so he does have the level 2 Water Elemental, which is very powerful. He's not had to really summon it yet. He's just getting up mana. He does have that mana, that Pendant of Energy right there on him, which gives him 150 additional mana, which is an entire Water Elemental plus 25 extra mana capacity. It gives him so much mana, so he really can afford to just not summon anything, just let that mana build up for a while, and right-click on that Death Knight, and that's really what he's doing.
Yep, defend halfway done here, and Thu did pick up a Shredder as well. Building a lumber mill as well at his main, so in a bit he's going to be able to fend off these fiends slowly, but that Lich is going to be really scary as well in the fight, so Thu does have to be careful, but he has a pretty good footy number, so he should be okay as long as he keeps WFC away from his expansion. All he's really trying to do is stall WFC from doing what he's doing right now, which is damage on his expansion while he can get up towers. I think he's going to be okay for now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the other thing that's almost kind of a shame for WFC right now is that he doesn't have any more skeleton rods on the way. He just used his last charges on that. But he doesn't have to worry about defending too terribly much because he does have that Lich there, and we're just going to go ahead and see the power of that Frost Nova when those footmen are clumped up just like that. It's going to get maybe 2 kills. He at least always gets 1. If you can get 2, it's really good, but it looks like that defend might just keep that footman alive. Yeah, it just will, barely at 12 HP, as Mr. WFC is going to back off just a little bit. And it's, again, one really unfortunate thing is when you don't have any rods of Necromancy up, you can't actually really do too great against defended footmen. But if you do, then they're not that great. But in this case, I mean, it's kind of a shame because WFZ might be sending some more over at some point, but he keeps sending these fiends and he's not buying anymore, and he's got the money to, so I don't know quite what he's thinking, but he is teching for tier 3 right now. He's getting fairly close to tier 3. Let's see, he is just about there. He's at 90% or so of the tech way through, and he's doing a lot of damage right now over to Thu's main base.
Yeah, and his economy is looking so good. Once WFC hits tier 3 in about another 15 seconds, I think, he's going to be able to build like 2 destroyers right away. And that's going to be a lot of damage. Not to mention he hasn't really lost a fiend yet. So all of his army's been perfectly intact, and it's going to come down to whether Thu can hold.
Well, WFZ just put down a sacrificial pit and a second slaughterhouse, and I'm very curious to know right now what WFZ is planning to do, because he could be going for a destroyer worm type play. The sacrificial pit could entirely be for shades, or he could even go for the destroyer wagon push that we've been seeing that's become fairly popular within about the last month of play or so. So I'm definitely very curious to see. And another thing is, I want to know, is he going to send a ghoul over with the Orb of Corruption? He will indeed do that. I'm kind of sad that once again that he hasn't brought over a Rod of Necromancy. I guess he just decides he doesn't need it at this point, because he's handling just fine. But it still would have been really nice. I guess he just found that the 150 gold would be more useful otherwise, spent on other such things.
Yeah, and Thu's doing such a good job at doing damage with ultimately nothing. I mean, he's sitting on 2 water elementals and just the heroes. Last footy probably going to go down right now with that Orb of Corruption being so strong. And he might actually be able to wow, he picks off a statue, which is so huge to WFC's push when he eventually does morph these into destroyers, which is going to be any time as destroyer form is researched.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very full-out destroyer push. As you can see, both of those slaughterhouses making statues right now, and of course the destroyer form did just get finished. So, very curious. This could be a very strong timing. Of course, Thu has been able to scout this. He's put up lots of guard towers, or at least they're going to be guard towers very soon, and that's really the only way to deal with it when you're this kind of attack on the human players. You go for a very fast early expansion, you get your guard towers, or your very late tech, really, and you just have to mass up guard towers and hope that you have enough. Generally, you want to have about 9 guard towers at each base when you're playing against someone who's going in on this destroyer type of tech. Actually, it looks like we're going to see a meat wagon coming out for WFZ. I think maybe he saw all those scout the towers, and he's like, I might not be able to end this with my destroyers, so go into the meat wagon switch. It's a pretty good idea, and it's one of the really powerful strategies that I would say the game currently offers for undead players against human players. It really is just really good, and of course especially works out really well if you can force them to make a lot of towers, because that is really the opposite of what they want to do if you're doing meat wagon destroyer push, but they have to a little bit because of the destroyers. So it's very interesting. It's very cool play.
Yep, first destroyer going to be morphed here, and WFC's army's looking really scary right now. 5 Fiends, Destroyer. He's going to be able to pick off all these peasants that are trying to quick build this blacksmith. He's actually going to try to target the guard tower. And Thu's saving grace before was the fact that Death Knight was only level 2, but with all this feed, he's been able to get level 3 Death Knight, so his tanks or his nukes are going to be a lot more scarier. He's going to be able to coil his units to keep them alive, and as long as he just plays safely and doesn't dive in too much to these towers that are being built, he'll slowly be able to wedge his way into destroying Thu's expansion.
I think it's... Well, we actually can see Thu has picked up a Panda, and he's creeping out with Panda and Foeman very close to WFZ's base. He's probably going to have to try to do something with that onto WFZ's base, maybe, because otherwise it looks like WFZ is going to take out this expansion from Thu, and there's not going to be a whole lot of resistance. Although, like you pointed out, I mean, Thu is teching straight up to Castle Tech. He's teching very close, very soon to get there. I don't see how he can possibly defend this expansion unless he does something drastic. The other big thing that is a concern is that WFZ just now finally building another Acolyte, because he lost one. He turned one of his 5 mining Acolytes into a Shade and just now rebuilt it, and that was quite some time ago, a couple minutes ago, so kind of a big issue. Of course, Thu just stabbed his Archmage on over to his Panda and his Footman, so he's also bringing in some Sappers. Oh, we have Goblin Sappers running into WFZ's base, and will those actually be able to get anything? If he leads with them, they're not going to do anything whatsoever, but if he can just go ahead, and it looks like he's not going to make that mistake, going to lead with the Archmage running in on the horse. Oh, WFZ able to see one of those Sappers. He's getting it slowed, but it will be able to take out one Ziggurat. He could have gotten a slightly better one and taken out 2, so that's not too bad for him. Where is the other Sapper? Did it hit? Did it land?
It got destroyed. It got nuked.
It got nuked. Very good play by WFC. Really good eye, and immediately fast reaction to go ahead and TP away. And of course, he almost took down that town hall once again with that TP, even though he left behind 2 meat wagons, but some guys sit there, all of those peasants repairing the town hall, barely going to be able to keep it alive. It's at 189 life. So WFZ has not been able to, not been able to kill this. Thu's been able to stall just slightly long enough, but I don't know if Thu is actually going to be able to do anything to keep this alive at this point.
Wow, I don't know how Thu does it. I mean, his town hall just nearly surviving from those meat wagons, and now Thu's in a great position. His tanks are coming out. He's tier 3. He's looking pretty well. His Panda's really close to level 3, and not to mention has that pendant of energy. And I mean, that Belt of Giant Strength. So just been decking out his Panda so much. Breath of Fire coming in. He's doing so much damage to his units. Where's the Death Knight? Death Knight's far away. That one Fiend might go down. Never mind, he's going to back up. But I think Thu's in a really good position.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like Thu's in a. I don't think he's ahead right now because there's 3 meat wagons knocking at his door, and he didn't even get the town hall all the way back up. He's not gonna be able to out repair this damage that's coming in, and really he doesn't have much of an army at all. He's got an Archmage and a Panda Brewmaster. He's gonna be able to pass the boots from the Archmage on over to the Panda, which is gonna make him a little bit easier to live. But again, I mean, unless he can take these meat wagons down, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He does have 2 siege engines running across the map. If WFZ is scouted for this, and he should be prepared, he's got a meat wagon coming out. He could just go ahead and keep that at his base. I don't know if the Shade's actually seen that or not yet. I can look at his view to see. It looks like he has scouted the double workshop, and he hasn't seen any flying machines or anything, so he should be able to tell pretty easily that there are tanks on the map. And in fact, he can actually oh no, you can't see those yet. I thought I was still in his vision. No. But yeah, he's going to be able to take out Thu's expansion right here, right now. It's going to fall. There it goes.
Yep, there it goes, yeah. Actually really bad for Thu and these 2 tanks. I mean, they're going into the base, but does WFZ have a teleport? It does.
He doesn't even need to deal with that because he's got ghouls and a meat wagon at his base, and the second one coming out pretty soon. He can just pretty much deal with that with just what he has at the base. Shouldn't lose anything.
That's true. I think Thu should have maybe made an army with this.
Meat wagon though into his those towers right there. A bit of a misclick by WFC. Of course, Thu's up here. He's gonna probably go ahead and try to expand here as well, but WFC's already scouted it with the Shade, so this might not work out too well for Thu either. That Shade's been pretty useful in this game, I think.
Yeah, both tanks being destroyed at the main base of WFC, not doing any damage at all, doing damage to the Slaughterhouse, but ultimately nothing. Essentially dying for free. The Panda is level 3, which is gonna give him a bit more damage to these to the army, but like you said, there's no army here for Thu. Like, there's no way of him destroying this huge army. 64 food army of WFC.
Yeah, and I mean, we can see Thu is sitting at 42 out of 42 food. That's literally all he can do. He's making a Paladin as his 3rd hero. Good timing on that. Right after that, both of those heroes get level 3. Really good play to be able to ration your experience in such a way. But we already have WFZ coming up here, canceling this expansion attempt from the top. I think he just lost another meat wagon to towers down here at the bottom. A little bit sloppy play coming in right there, but it's what it is. Over here we can see Thu is coming in with the harass. He's got these 2 tanks, and he's got a water elemental sent right onto those meat wagons. He says, you know what, if I come over here, I can at least kill something with these engines, because you know you can't just have those meat wagons attacking the tank if you have a Panda and an Archmage running at it with summons. It's simply just gonna die. But so the sacrificial bit has gone down. And unfortunately for Thu, WFC already had begun the construction of the Boneyard, which will finish pretty soon. And if he can get a Frostworm out, that's going to be really good for him. Frostworm's really good against this composition of heroes. You don't have any way to stun the Frostworm. You don't have anything to really do against it. You just have the Archmage's auto attack and Breath of Fire, Holy Light. I mean, you can nuke it a little bit, but it's not super great. Of course, Water Elementals, if you have Destroyers out as well, then they just... Even without destroyers, it doesn't really matter too much. We can see that Thu is making flying machines preemptively, maybe as a counter. I don't know what he's doing. He's getting flying machine bombs on them. I think he wants to probably target the statues and then try to force them into destroyer form when maybe WFC doesn't want to do that. Of course, we will see the Death Knight picking up the Staff of Teleportation from that shop right over there. It's a good item. It's always good to have some mobility whenever you're in this sort of situation. And Thu actually going to be able to get up his original expansion once again, just right there, and right as WFZ shows up.
Yeah, really unfortunate right as he shows up. Thu's going to go for a counterattack, force a TP in, and WFC is going to have to oblige him if he wants to hold this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or he's just gonna staff his Lich in actually and scare Thu back, but Thu's going to come back in. Okay, cool. Just a Lich, no problem. I want your whole army, he says. And I mean, WFZ is going to be able to take down this expansion again, and if he wants to TP in, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yep. The expansion goes down again. And a TP coming in, and he's going to be able to back Thu up, and he's probably going to, yeah, one meat wagon, or one tank getting taken down.
I'm surprised we don't have, like, web or something researched at this point.
Yeah, that's odd.
And I think he's lost all of his crypts, so he can't actually, his only crypt, he can't make it unless he remakes a crypt at this point. That Lich is taking quite a bit of damage from that one lone water elemental right there. And if we look up to the north, we can see that Thu is actually rebuilding this expansion up here, or at least he's actually beginning to build it. He's already got 3 guard towers down, as well as 2 more in construction, so he's looking pretty good for that. And, you know, the problem is, right now for WFZ, that he's taking a lot of damage at his base, and Thu is actually starting to turn this around a little bit, I think.
I think the main issue, though, is he has no way of taking down this main army. I mean, these meat wagons, there's 3 meat wagons that are going to take care of the towers, and the expansion's going to be vulnerable. And with the army, the Death Knight, the Lich here, there's no real way to get to them. Well, with just 3 heroes.
The thing is the way that we're seeing Thu play right now, he's not trying to engage the army, he's not trying to worry about the undead army at all. He's just wanting to buy a bunch of time to have really good economy, and that's the whole issue right now. And I mean, because if the WFZ, he just lost a fiend to towers, unfortunately, right there. A little bit mistake play, a little bit sloppy. He's gonna staff in a Lich once again. But, you know, there's not a lot. Those flying machines actually being really useful with that siege bomb attack. They're going to take down a Ziggurat, working on taking down a second Ziggurat. In fact, we actually have WFZ right now supply blocked. And now he's at 51 out of 40. Targeted. He might actually lose an Acolyte or something here. Every Acolyte he loses unless he can remake something. Right, and yeah, of course, the Lich was also taking a lot of damage, forcing through WFZ to TP back and coil that guy.
Wow, I really like this play from Thu. Wow, I mean, doing like a 2-pronged attack, having the flying machines attack the Acolytes while the tower was focusing the heroes, forcing a TP in. His expansion's going to be coming back up soon, while he's also building towers at his natural that was destroyed a couple times. Coming back in here trying to take down the Boneyard. Yeah, he's going to have to reposition to get away from that tower, but I mean, he's going to be able to take down an Acolyte probably, or even a Zig, and all this is really effective.
Yeah, and this is just Thu really playing really smart and really brilliantly, and you know, WFC just maybe making some mistakes by not splitting up his army a little bit, or having some better defense at his base. If he had some towers earlier, none of this would have happened, but he didn't invest in that. So here we can see he's got that Lich back at his base, but that's really his town defense right now, and he's trying to use his army to take out this expansion. But even if he does, you know, what's stopping Thu from building an expansion right here, you know? So
WFC losing a Fiend to the towers. And another Fiend getting really low. Is I think WFC's focusing so much on his main base that he's forgetting about his army. But Thu's expansion's going to go down, but everything in WFC's base is slowly dying. He does have that Ziggurat, or that Spirit Tower, doing damage to all these flying machines. Lich getting targeted as well. A Breath of Fire might come in, and where's that Paladin?
Well, the reality right now, well, the Paladin, he's running away because he got very, very low. But we're going to see that Lich. Oh, the Lich goes down. Very unfortunate. And, of course, the bigger issue for WFC at this point is that he's lost all but 1 Acolyte, and he has 38 out of 20 supply food. Yep, and there goes the last Acolyte here any second being focused down by these Water Elementals, and down it goes. So there's really nothing WFC can do at this point except call GG, and that's what he does. So GG, well played Thu, not really even engaging the army, just saying you have a better army composition than me. You know, you've got better stuff, but I'm going to show you how to play the map control game. And he absolutely dominated the map control, not even a second thought about it, even though he was way behind really in terms of raw power. So just really, really good play, really smart play from Thu. And it was a really good watch. It was a good watch.
Wow. Wow. That was...
I don't endorsements.
I don't know how he does what he does, but he's so smart.
I mean, everything about that was so smart, because some of the key stuff that happened in that game as well was him being able to keep the expansion alive for as long as possible. That one time when it lived with like just 100 life, because his timing was so impeccable when he went and attacked WFC's base and forced him to come back. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
But that's game 1, guys. So if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully there's an annotation right here that you can click to take you to game 2. And if you're watching on stream, well, we're going to go on a quick little break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes with game 2. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.